I have to tell you that it worked beautifully because your heart is strong, your valves are normal, your so as you know, heart like this, heart muscle, normal, slightly stiffer. That's what happens when we have high blood pressure, okay? And that's why we like take your medicines.
And you switched quite a bit of.
Yeah, we'll get there.
medication.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And then we have valves. Valves are normal, okay? I've known that before. We confirmed that several times. That's why we did the echo because you had some concerns this recent spring and so. Then we have arteries. Your arteries are beautiful and have very minor plaque. So that medication for cholesterol I'm asking you to take, atorvastatin, is doing the job. You never had a heart attack and your artery is not like this. Very, very minor, okay?
So when you switched all the medication, it really
We're
helped.
getting there, okay? We're not there yet. So, heart muscle. Is your heart muscle normal and strong? That's a question. Is it? Is your heart muscle strong?
Yes.
Good. Valves? Are valves normal?
Well, you told me they were, so
That's what they are.
Okay.
So valves are good.
Okay.
Arteries of the heart have minor plaque. That's why we're taking medication, okay? And then the heart has electrical system. Your electrical system has been off. That's why I switched your medicine, because you had a lot of extra beats and they come in from stress, from lack of exercise, from who knows what, there's been crazy times, That is why I changed your medicine and I put you on verapamil and potassium type of medication. They are known to help with those extra beats because they're not dangerous. But I'd like to think that's what you felt when you were more short of breath and so.
And my legs were swollen, and that's the reason I went back to my
That is correct. Yeah, so
doctor.
that is correct. So
And
that's why
when it started off.
you got it. Yep. So those extra beats, despite heart being strong, getting normal blood flow supply, normal valves, those extra beats, we saw a lot of them. They make your heart ineffective, despite that working well when we look at it. Extra beat come in and the heart does not pump as much. So medication verapamil specifically designed to reduce chances of that, and that's why we gave you the medicines. They are still blood pressure medications, and if you're feeling better, we're on the right track. But that's what we know about your heart at this time. There's nothing dangerous.
Okay, what is wrong with my heart?
I just
Nothing.
No, but why was I diagnosed with, what is the diagnosis with?
you have high blood pressure.
No, but I mean, irregular heartbeat.
That is
I
correct.
was diagnosed with that, so it's estrogona.
That is correct.
And that other name for it,
Irregular heartbeat. It's PVC, premature ventricular contractions.
okay.
But this is not dangerous. You're not gonna die from this. It's not life-threatening.
Okay.
And I would say from everything else could have gone wrong with your heart, this is minor.
Okay.
Are you following me along?
Is it more anxiety? You're thinking like that she's
Or
just getting
she-
worried when she
she-
feels this
She
way?
has that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot cure that.
No, the reason, the reason,
Got it.
Goes to Dr. Dorothy.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another department. Yeah.
the reason I went back to the doctor,
Uh-huh.
because we had all this done not that long ago, the heart monitor and
Yep.
all that. And my legs were swollen,
I got
and
you.
that's the reason I just went to my regular doctor. And then all of a sudden they got you involved.
Of course.
And then we
Every
went
time
to-
it's hard, they're like, ah. I was like, okay. So the extra beats, remember you felt pulse being low. Your pulse never was low. You had extra beat, abnormal heartbeat coming from the bottom of your heart.
Okay, and that's because of the irregular heartbeat.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be from anxiety as well. It could be from thinking all those thoughts. It could be from lack of exercise.
Okay. But as far as now is concerned, everything is pretty.
How have you been feeling? Are you better with the medicines we've changed
Yes,
recently?
even my asthma's been better. I get short of breath when I went upstairs, and it got a little better.
Good.
Yeah. And why do I get those cramps in my legs? Oh, that's one question. I'm glad I remembered to tell you.
Sure.
All of a sudden, like this morning, 2 or 3 times, when I'm in bed, I get those cramps. What do they call it?
Sure.
Charlie
Charlie
horses.
horsing.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do for exercise these days? Nothing.
I do go up and down there.
So maybe this is the time to start exercise
Do
because
you
you know.
think those things on the leg?
Yes,
The
so you need to
exercise.
stretch, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna check your electrolytes like magnesium and potassium today just to make sure that medicines don't mess them up, okay?
Okay.
But your heart is good enough to exercise. So if
Okay,
you'd
that's
like,
what I was wondering.
if
because
you'd like to get better, 10 years later since I've met you, you need to start exercising.
they don't have the yoga anymore. I used to go there. Now all of a
You
sudden,
can complain all you want, but you will be living like this for a long time. So if you'd like to feel better and less worries and be happier and have better days, you need to start exercising, Missy.
okay.
I mean it.
And that will help here too. It will help
Big
this
time.
part.
Because
You've
if
been
you,
telling me for 10 years.
I've been telling you for 10 years, I know.
Yeah.
But I am proud that you did not have a stroke, no heart attack, and no nothing. And your heart actually checks out quite good. It
Yeah,
has
and I
some.
don't need no pacemaker because you're thinking about, yeah, okay.
If you continue thinking those thoughts
Okay.
and worry about that and not exercising, you're not gonna get better.
Okay, thank you. That makes me feel better today because I was really thought since they got you going, again with all this, the heart
That's
monitor,
okay.
I was
That's okay.
worried.
That's okay.
And so, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
So besides the cramps, what else is there? What else is bothering you?
I do go upstairs and I get short of breath.
Okay.
Okay, we have quite a few. And then when I'm in a store sometime, we just,
What?
um,
You should not go to the store.
just to exercise. Forget
No,
that.
no. You need to get out and walk every day in fresh air in your neighborhood.
Beautiful
Every
lake down the street.
Every single day.
Yeah, that I've been doing.
Every single day. Unless it's snow or who knows.
Yeah.
And you need to stretch your legs as well.
Yeah.
You guys can look up stretching online, or you can do simple things. You like put your leg here this way.
Yeah.
Put this way. Like simple stretching.
I
We'll
wanna have
we'll
those
check
big-
your electrolytes. We'll check your potassium and magnesium just to make sure they're okay, and see if any other medicines need adjustments.
Okay, tell me one more thing.
Uh-huh.
When is your blood pressure too high to get help?
130 of you mean help? Emergency room help?
Yeah, like you need some help or something. When is it
Like
cons-
hardly ever. If it's higher than 220 or 120, and
What
if you
is
have a
that?
head 220 or 120, or you have a headache.
Oh,
If
wow.
you just have a blood pressure,
Okay, so like this morning, like when it goes to 180 over 88, is it?
what has your blood pressure been at home?
I have the list here for the
Good. Let me see.
last week. But
Because I'm thinking, given that you improved, I might give you a little more of that verapamil medicine.
like this morning was 154 over 89. Is it the bottom two?
It's too high. Yeah, this is too high. I have to fix it.
And then sometimes the pulse, sometimes it doesn't catch at all.
That
Sometimes
is
it's
correct.
30, sometimes it's 90.
That's correct. That's okay.
It's because of that heartbeat she was telling you about.
Don't
That's
worry. We've talked about that several
Yeah.
times already. It's the
Yeah.
extra beat does not conduct. That's why the heart becomes less effective.
Okay.
So I'm giving you verapamil and potassium and spironolactone to suppress those extra beats.
Okay. That sounds
And
good.
so far, I've seen less of them as we looked. And as long as you're feeling better, that will be the way to go.
No,
yeah?
I have gotten a little better than I was.
I see
like
that.
when my legs were
I
swollen.
cannot fix the worrying part. I'm not sure what to do about
And
that.
you got
Just let me make a copy of this. Okay? Share my screen.
But I like it.
I just want to keep a copy of that. So your blood pressure is still a little too high.
Just this week, that's the way it's been this week.
But still, I think, taking more, I gave you a low dose of that verapamil, 120 milligrams.
Okay.
Typical dose, usually 240 or 360. I'll ask you to take 2 of those going forward.
Okay, as long as you write everything down for me, what I was supposed to take.
Yeah,
And
if you listen.
Thank
Without
you.
interrupting me in the middle.
Well, that's an Italian for you. That's what
Have fun there.
you told me that
But
one time.
see,
It's not a good idea. But
Italian doctors, for that matter, drink wine
Yeah.
in the morning.
No, no, no.